Topwater fish.
Smallmouth fishing, fall, JC. I think it's going to be a good one. Hey, stay tuned. You're seeing Delaware Valley Outdoors.
Yep, pop, pop, stop. They are pulling good though.
Yeah. There you go. Ooh, nice fish. Doubles.
Good job. Good job. Is that on the topwater too, Bo?
Yeah, it was on a buzzbait.
Oh, you get him on the buzz?
Yeah, it came on that buzzbait. Want a little bit more aggressive fish here. And God, they pull hard. Dear Lord. Come here now. Let me get this little boy. Smallmouth, Susquehanna. Hey, I'm Bob Murray, and welcome to another edition of Delaware Valley Outdoors. Hey, it's not bad. Look at it. He took it right. Just unbelievable.
Look at the markings on that one. Just
Beautiful.
nice bars.
And
look
fat.
how thick he is. Look how thick. Oh, look. Look. Tail.
Yeah.
Tail sticking out.
There's actual fishtail in here, and that's no lie. We're on the Susquehanna River. We're in the fall, and I guess you can't ask for any better fishing. Actually, comfortable temperatures.
Beautiful day.
Beautiful day, and we're catching fish, which is the most important thing. JC, let's just talk a little bit about the morning, what we got here, and the Susquehanna River itself. Just a little bit of what we have on the Susquehanna for fall. The weather obviously determines a little bit, but you have sections of the river that you can fish. How many sections do you have that you can actually fish?
You could pretty much break down the whole river. The river's 444 miles long. You could basically break it down into about 7 or 8 sections overall.
And we are, the section we're in, we're near Harrisburg, outside of Lancaster.
Yep.
We're about 2 hours away from our area in Doylestown, Philadelphia. It's a great trip to come out here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great, easy trip.
Easy road access.
Easy road.
You really can't even go about 7, 8 miles without having another ramp. You have good public Pennsylvania Fish Commission ramp access, good highways.
That's important. That's important.
There's one. It's acting like a large one.
A little better. JC, you know, we talked this morning, just we were getting some coffee and donuts, about the conditions and how, I guess, in the fall, they change so much. And we're talking, they change daily, and they change just almost hourly.
Mm-hmm.
What's your game plan when you go out? You're on, you're guiding people, and what do you key off of, either to change or stay with the baits that you're using and stuff like that?
The nice thing about fall fishing is anything can work. In the springtime, we're almost forced to fish hair jigs and tubes until May. That's when we can start using other baits. The nice thing about the fall is you could catch fish on spinner baits, topwater, jerk baits. So many different lures will work. if you have top water, everybody seems to enjoy top water, so you'd start out with that. Your last bait or your go-to bait would be the finesse classic, like a tube lure or grub, even a small worm or sluggo.
I know, like a spinnerbait will usually pick up a decent fish now and then.
Yeah. If the water's just a little bit clear for spinnerbaiting today. We've got more depth in here, but the fish are still going to be just a bit spooky because of the clarity of the water. That's a little bit better fish. These smallies do pull good though, Bob. Doesn't matter what size they are, they pull good.
I think, I don't know if it's just the thrill of that initial, when they just blast it out of the water, or what. It's just so neat when you hit them in the top water situations. You probably?
That's a smaller fish, but look at the belly.
Look at the belly.
I mean, that's just a little chunk.
He's got some shad in him, I imagine.
I'm sure. Hopefully we'll get some in and have them sticking out.
Yeah.
They're gorging this time of year.
Now for top water baits, is that your favorite bait there, the pop-R?
My favorite's the pop-R or the splash it bait. Spooks work really well. Torpedoes work really well. Just depends how aggressive the fish are. If they can take the noise from a buzzer, the torpedo works great. The spook and the pop-R are nice because you can stop them and they'll hit on the stop a lot of times. If we have a little bit more clarity, a buzz bait would, or a little bit more stained water, buzz bait would be great.
Yeah, sometimes it's the subtlety of either the pop of that pop-R, that splash, or the side motion of a spook. All depends on what they're interested in.
The odd thing about when we throw buzz baits on here, you've seen the new buzz baits with the clackers on them. For some reason, these smallmouth don't like that. I've had very low success with the clacker, yet the largemouth seem.
Oh, yeah.
The largemouth love that.
Yeah. On the Potomac, boy, that's a big. Matter of fact, we're down there where you put on a clacker and the fish, it seems to catch a bigger fish than if you were just using a regular buzz bait.
Fish on.
That pop-R is working.
It's neat they're still jumping this time of year. When we can have them jump in this warm water area all winter long.
Hey, look how he just smacks that
They
thing.
just smacked that and got himself hooked.
We didn't get a double that time. What happened?
Nah.
Slipping here.
You have one on?
Yeah. I knew it was I was one cast off. I was one cast off. Now, do they typically hang in these rocks too?
Yeah, the nice thing too, once again, colder times of year, the rocks actually contain heat. So the fish or the bait fish will be around a rocky area. Springtime, the first thing you want to fish is rocks or a darker mud bank with darker colored water darker colored bottom will warm that water up.
Even a degree or two makes a big difference.
Half a degree will make a difference. Fish on.
Now these fish seem to move up a little shallower.
Yep. This is bait, but it'll work.
Now you never know. That next fish could be 4 times that size.
Yep.
JC, this part of the river is not influenced by the dams as much, obviously. And you had mentioned that with the flows, what,
3.5
3.5. But the average guy, to find that out, you said there's a phone number you can call toll free and get the depth?
Yeah, there's a 1-800 number that's updated about 3 times a day. It's 1-888-881-7555. And it actually gives the river stages for the entire Pennsylvania area.
Oh.
You could find out for anywhere. It's put up by Penn State.
And they'll tell you for the Susquehanna.
Susquehanna, it lists several different rivers, and it lists the height and the trend, whether it's steady, dropping, rising.
Oh, see, that's important too.
Gives you a trend. Normally they stretch it for at least 1 or 2 days out. Tell you what's going on.
So that's a big help.
That's an important piece of information, having that number.
Because right in front of us we got about 8 inches of water, and you'd want to know that the flow. Now, what number of flow do you like? It's like a good number that somebody coming out here say, oh, that's a good number, we can go out.
If you have around 4.5 to 5 feet, that would mean the flow's up a bit. You could even be safe most areas with a smaller prop boat, if it's up that high.
But once it gets into that below 4.
Gets much under 4 foot, you need to have the jet boat and know where you're going.
We knew there was a fish up in there.
It looked fishy. It looked fishy.
And again, these fish are just up on these flats and in these little pockets feeding on those shad.
Fishin' Tales, located in Wrightstown, is the perfect store for fishermen and hunters. For the fishermen, we offer 13 types of live bait, fly fishing supplies, and gear for both fresh and saltwater anglers. For the hunter, Fishin' Tales offers hunting equipment and supplies. You can also purchase your fishing or hunting license. Personal service is important. If there's something you don't see in the store, we'll special order it from you from one of our numerous catalogs. For your convenience, our store is open early 7 days a week. So stop in anytime and trade your fishtails with us.
Attention anglers, are you interested in a new boat? Are you interested in saving thousands of dollars off the cost of a new bass boat? Delaware Valley Outdoors will be selling the ProCraft boat that you see Bob using on the show. The boat, a 1997 ProCraft 185 Pro, comes with many factory upgrades that will make your fishing experience even more enjoyable. This is your chance to purchase the boat you always wanted and at a price you can afford. For a list of extras and more information about how you can own this boat, contact Bob Murray at 215-862-2670 or visit our internet site at dvoutdoors.com for all the details. Don't miss this opportunity. Call today.
Get a grip. Gat's River Grip river anchors, as seen in the In-Fisherman's Walleye Insider magazine, have been nationally field tested for precise anchoring under all river conditions. This special design features 3 prongs that grip rocks and boulders, a metal plate to collect gravel, sand, and mud, and a slip handle that aids in retrieval. Gat's River Grip comes in a 9-pound or 18-pound version. Stop by your local tackle dealer or call Twin Rivers Anchor Company at 888-TOSS-OFF for more details.
Hi, this is Bob Murray. Delaware Valley Outdoors is now on the internet. Our internet address is www.dvoutdoors.com. Visit Delaware Valley Outdoors for the latest in regional fishing reports, weather conditions, maps, pros tips, and product updates. Why not visit us on the web?
That's a better fish. Got him on the tube. Look.
Look at that. Shad?
They're eating shad.
Look at the size of that fish.
Give him his lunch back.
Yeah, give him back. JC, what do we have in front of us now? Let's talk about the situation we got ourselves.
We were fishing
positioned in
shallow shelves earlier. What we have now is fast water coming down, and these are just creating a big back eddies where we said that, you know, we might get some bigger fish in here being lazy,
Yeah.
trying to ambush some shad. And that's exactly what happened that time.
On a tube bait and just bouncing it down.
Yep.
Now I know we had talked about tube baits before, but you got to remember you're going to lose some, right?
Yeah.
If you're afraid to lose them, you might as well forget it then.
You'll lose a lot of lead in this river.
How are you working that bait?
Real slow. The current can almost do most of the work for you.
Mhm.
Just trying to keep it off of the bottom to keep from getting snagged.
And you're fishing that little edge.
Yep.
Okay, there's a nice fish. I got one.
Good job. Right in that current.
Right in that
Another good
current.
fish.
Woo! Oh, and that's something when they get these fish in this current. Oh, jeez. These are strong. Oh, look at that. This size, it feels like you got a 4-pound fish on there when
Yep.
it comes out of that current. Oh yeah, baby. I love them. Just holding in that current. Right off, actually, it was right in that little eddy behind a rock there. Let's talk a little bit about Fishing Fools guide service that you run.
Fishing Fools was started about 5 years ago. There's 5 guides in the service. Myself, Jesse Stoner, Abe Stauffer, Tony Cicero, and Joe Hardy. We got together. We were 2 guide services that were kind of banging heads a little bit, and we just decided instead of fighting the other guys, let's just get together, and we fish about a 40-mile section of this river.
So you're just exclusively on the Susquehanna.
Correct, and we have a lot of guys so we can keep up with such a big section of river.
And the boats you got are all...
We're all running jet boats. They're all set up for a guide and 2 people. That's the way we can't take out more than 3, unfortunately. 3 clients at a time because the weight affects the jet boat performance. And depending on conditions, we fish practically all year long.
Now you have a half day and a full day, is that the case?
Yes, half day and full day trips.
So if a guy wanted to take his wife or young son out or daughter for a half day, you can accommodate that. And
No
just
problem.
a couple of guys just want to get together and do a whole,
Mhm.
a straight 8 hours.
Yep.
They can do that.
We can put 5 boats out there for a group, or even, you know, under special situations, we could even get more if needed.
When you come out here, it is very intimidating because
Yeah.
we're in rock ledges. We are in water. Sometimes it's 10 feet, and 3 feet later you're in 6 inches of water. And you do need the jet boats,
Mhm.
and you do need I always tell us, everybody tries to go places, hire a guide. They've been there on the water. It saves time for the person,
Yep.
and you learn a lot.
You can just learn, if you even go on a week's vacation somewhere, if you can hire a guide one day to let you at least know what's going on, the remainder of your days fishing by yourself are going to be more enjoyable.
Yeah, more productive and a better time. We had a chance a little earlier to go over a jet boat, and I want you to take a look at that because it's really interesting. JC told us all about jet drives and bodies and all kinds of stuff. I want you to look at this. JC, I don't want to say anything, but there's no prop on this boat. Obviously, we have a jet drive on this boat. Tell me a little bit about the jet drives and why, you know, the background on them.
The jet drive was developed in 1957 by Dick Stallman. He's in San Leonardo, California. He's the only manufacturer of the jet pump.
Today, still.
Still today, 40-some years later, he's still the only one doing it. They've not changed a whole lot in 40-some years. When you have a jet pump, this engine, for instance, is a 115 horsepower engine. The jet pump knocks it down to 80 horsepower.
So when they talk about it, they'll say 115/80 or
Right, or a 60-45.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to lose anywhere between about 25 and 30% of your horsepower. Yet your fuel economy is just as bad as ever.
So
or worse.
this is not a fuel efficient motor,
No, no.
but it serves a purpose though. I mean,
Correct. If you're going to fish shallow, it's the only way to go.
yeah, and as we can see, you can see that this has been,
Has a couple nicks in
it has a couple nicks in it. Exactly how does it work? And
All it does is you have no true gear case. It's direct drive. The way the thrust is determined is what area this is. Right now it's in neutral, which directs the thrust back against this and just causes it to wash itself out. When it's in forward, this drops out of the way. It's just like shooting a fire hose out the back of the motor.
That's when it comes out.
Exactly.
And it's pulled in
It
here.
sucks in here,
Mhm.
comes up. This is called a recuperator. Just gets sucked up through an intake boot into the recuperator, mixes with your exhaust porting from the engine, and all shoots out.
Okay, now there's another thing that we've talked about. There's a tunnel drive, or tunnel hull, I should say, and then the flat bottom. Give us a little the pros and cons of each one, because I know we've talked about.
Okay, you have a pure flat bottom, which is your typical John boat. Now this is a pad hull. This is something new they're coming out with in aluminum hulled boats.
Mhm.
And they also have the tunnel drive. They each have their own pluses and minuses.
Where would the tunnel be on a, say, a tunnel boat?
A tunnel
JC?
would be relatively a flat bottom, but it would have a cut in this area, which allows you to have your intake boot above the bottom of the boat.
Uh-huh.
Now the only drawback to the tunnel is that you're going to lose a little bit of performance, and if you're going to hit something now, you're going to hit the boat. My personal preference is I like having a pad or a flat bottom boat. If you hit something, you're going to hit the intake boot, and you can bolt one of these on brand new for a couple $100, and you're just as good as ever.
So this will take the shot rather than the boat.
Correct.
And that's it.
This hangs down. The front lip is level with the bottom of the boat, and this angle here is the only thing that sticks down.
You want to fish shallow water? The Delaware River, we need it up there.
Delaware, Susquehanna.
Susquehanna, you got to have one of these. Gets you to a lot of places. You can't fish without it. Thanks, JC. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Get a grip. Gat's River Grip river anchors, as seen in the In-Fisherman's Walleye Insider magazine, have been nationally field tested for precise anchoring under all river conditions. This special design features 3 prongs that grip rocks and boulders, a metal plate to collect gravel, sand, and mud, and a slip handle that aids in retrieval. Gat's River Grip comes in a 9-pound or 18-pound version. Stop by your local tackle dealer or call Twin Rivers Anchor Company at 888-TOSS-OFF for more details.
Attention anglers, are you interested in a new boat? Are you interested in saving thousands of dollars off the cost of a new bass boat? Delaware Valley Outdoors will be selling the ProCraft boat that you see Bob using on the show. The boat, a 1997 ProCraft 185 Pro, comes with many factory upgrades that will make your fishing experience even more enjoyable. This is your chance to purchase the boat you always wanted and at a price you can afford. For a list of extras and more information about how you can own this boat, contact Bob Murray at 215-862-2670 or visit our internet site at dvoutdoors.com for all the details. Don't miss this opportunity. Call today.
Fishin' Tales, located in Wrightstown, is the perfect store for fishermen and hunters. For the fishermen, we offer 13 types of live bait, fly fishing supplies, and gear for both fresh and saltwater anglers. For the hunter, Fishin' Tales offers hunting equipment and supplies. You can also purchase your fishing or hunting license. Personal service is important. If there's something you don't see in the store, we'll special order it from you from one of our numerous catalogs. For your convenience, our store is open early 7 days a week. So stop in anytime and trade your fishtails with us.
Hi, this is Bob Murray. Delaware Valley Outdoors is now on the internet. Our internet address is www.dvoutdoors.com. Visit Delaware Valley Outdoors for the latest in regional fishing reports, weather conditions, maps, pros tips, and product updates. Why not visit us on the web? The Tackle Box is sponsored by Durstein Baits, locally made, professionally tested. tackle box section of the show. Like you said before, every day changes. Things work today, they didn't work yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Caught a couple of fish, and we got a tip from one of your guides that gold was working.
Mm-hmm.
So I took out a little bit of a gold spinnerbait, and this is a bait that we brought out last spring, and it's what's called a golden tiger spinnerbait, but it's got a fat willow. It gives a little bit of different thing. I'm kind of getting partial to that. Just I think the sound is good. Caught some fish on that. We also had some fish on the double willow, or actually it was a fat willow and the regular willow blade. And again, if you got, like I say, you got some information. We found out we had some copper color in the water. We used it. You today used to splash it, and this size is a real nice size. A little smaller than the bait that I was using. It seemed to
Yet it's heavy and it's counterbalanced that it's tail heavy. It's a Japanese lure.
And that caught some nice fish. I caught some on just a regular popper. It's the top water bait. Again, if you're coming out on the Susquehanna, it's fall, the fish are up on that. We had some nice fish on that thing. I guess the bait that your go-to bait on the river, tube jig, 1/8 ounce, and you're going to lose a lot of them. Okay, trust me. Bring 100, please. And actually, again, had a little information. I have a little Durstein buzzbait here with a little copper and a little bit of copper or gold in the thing. I caught a nice bass
That
on
worked well.
this morning too, and had a lot of blow-ups on it. JC, I want to thank you a lot. It's a great fishing.
Thank you.
You come out here, you got to go fishing with JC. Hey, I'm Bob Murray, and this is the Tackle Box.
There's one. A little bit better fish. Oh yeah.
Nice fish. There you go.
That's a good fish. Oh, this is a good one.
JC, wasn't this one you promised me?
Well,
Bring that bad boy in. Oh, look at that fish. He inhaled that thing. He absolutely inhaled it. Hey, well, JC's getting this out. I'm Bob Murray, and I'll see you again on Delaware Valley Outdoors. Hey, don't forget to see our website, www.dvoutdoors.com, for fishing reports from up here. You're going to give me some fishing reports, weather reports, tides, all kinds of things. Hey, send me an email. I'd like to hear from you. JC, beautiful fish, buddy. Thank you for a
Good job.
great day. Great day,
Thank
great
you.
fall day. Yes, sir.